I think I might have monkeypox. I'm not sure if I'm being serious. Like, I'm gonna show you. No one's here yet, so this is gonna be the beginning. I have this mark on my leg. You can see it. It's a red dot. I don't know. It's a bug bite, but it's really big. Actually, it's not that big. I think it's fine, probably. It just kind of scared me this morning, and I don't get bug bites very often. Usually bugs don't like me very much, and I don't really be outside like that. But um I was outside a lot yesterday, so I guess a bug bit me. It's probably not monkeypox, I don't think. I'm just, I don't want to mess with that. You know when you sit weird and then your shorts like dig into your skin and it's horrifyingly painful? You guys know what I'm talking about? Oh my god, sorry, we're not on the intro screen. We just out here. I am's pet food. Hey. I can't believe I wasn't on the intro screen. That's literally so embarrassing for me. Ew. What is that? That's weird. Sorry. Hey, Queen, I was almost late. It's okay, Lemur Banana. I was a little bit late. I ate, though. Hi, ZK Butterworth. I decided not to drink tonight because I have a lot to do at work tomorrow and I want to wake up early. Because I've been so late to work, you guys. It's really not okay. Every day, I just be out here. And I'm just like, hey guys, sorry. But that's why. That's the problem, is that I'm supposed to be there early. Like, I'm supposed to be there first, and then because no one's there, like, no one notices if I'm late. So then I just end up being late, and it's like, no one's there to say anything. So I don't have, like, the peer pressure. Because normally I'm a very on-time person because I have social anxiety. But because I'm the only one there, I'm like, whatever, I'm itchy. And I have my water. Also just drank a Dr. Pepper and had McDonald's. I'm feeling a little lethargic right now because I just ate that McDonald's. Today my stomach hurts so bad at work. I think the sandwich I ate, I don't know, just did not sit right with me. That cup is so cute. I'm obsessed with this cup and I get so many compliments on it. Look, it's like textured and it's kind of sharp. It feels good. Like, you know how sometimes like a sharp thing feels good? It feels good. And like, I just hold it like this because my boyfriend has my contaminated hydro flask. So I've been using my little Starbucks cups. And also, I have two of these, like the big Starbucks tumblers. This one keeps it a lot colder than the other one. This one's a lot better. So how is he doing COVID-wise? He tested negative today. So he said, Wyatt K20, first time chat, welcome. So he was really sick for like 2 days and then seemed like he got a lot better, but not all the way better, and was just kind of like hanging out at that for like a week. And so I was like, what's going on? But then the other day it seemed like he got a little bit better again, and then he tested negative today. So yeah, but today my throat started hurting, but I tested negative yesterday. Ryan the Butt, thanks for resubscribing. My throat started hurting, but I think it's because I was so hot yesterday. I was outside all day yesterday and I just could not cool down. So I slept with the fan on me, and it just feels like the fan, like, it just dried me the fuck out up here. Like, that's what it feels like. And I slept with it on me on a higher level. Hello. Ryan the Butt is here. Maggie Baggy is here. Apples is here. Cute Penguin Love is here. Girl boss move on his part. Airbear125, thanks for the follow. Thank you everyone who subscribes. Really appreciate that. I've been lacking on here, so if you're still subscribed, thank you. I know I went on vacation and I wasn't streaming as much and all that. Oh, also, I'm not streaming on Wednesday. I'm streaming on Thursday. Would you guys prefer Thursdays? I just kind of picked Wednesdays at random. I work from home on Wednesdays, but I don't have to work from home to stream. Like, I don't have to. I used to never work from home, so it's fine. I had to move my mattress because the fan and vent was on my face. I love the fan on my face, though. I sleep so good. But then in the morning, I'm like, Megan Aflame, hi. So would you guys prefer Thursdays? We're doing Thursday this week. We'll see what the vibes are. I work Thursdays. It'll be on YouTube. So what we're talking about on Thursday, I think I prefer Wednesdays. Interesting. I'll see how Thursday goes, and maybe I'll, like, flip-flop back and forth. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Is live. Time to grab a beer. What are you drinking? So I'm actually drinking water right now because my stomach was not feeling good earlier, and alcohol a lot of times makes that worse. Apples, you take the bar exam tomorrow? You're going to pass. It's going to be great. It's going to be great and you're going to pass. But anyway, what are we talking about on Thursday? So on Thursday, we're talking about the Equal Rights Amendment, which almost got added, and everyone was like, yeah, it's definitely going to get added. But then Phyllis Schlafly and all these women were like, actually, fuck the Equal Rights Amendment, and I don't want equal rights. And then they baked a bunch of pies, and then the government was like, well, Phyllis Schlafly is upset and made pies, so we're not going to pass the Equal Rights Amendment. So that's what we're going to learn about. Are you excited? Everyone I know is having tummy issues right now. Yeah. Betty Crocker homemaker. I'm being the real homemaker right now, making cookies during class. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm going to have ice cream later. Okay. So, we're doing Wholesome teacher stories, plus we have some updates and a couple other random things that people have sent me. You're telling me there's not equal rights because of fucking pies? I mean, it's like more than that, but yeah. Come on Thursday if you want to learn more. Coming from a man. Wait, methadone daddy. Actually, fuck men's rights, respectfully, coming from a man. I stayed home from work today because of tummy issues. So, not to be TMI, but I'm having tummy issues, I think, because I'm going to get my period. That always happens. I always get tummy issues around that time. And also, alcohol makes that a lot worse, so I was like, I should just drink water tonight. Also, I'm really having alcohol problems right now. Not, like, in a serious way, but, like, I'm having problems locating the alcohol that I want. Really, all that I like is Truly Lemonade. That's really the only alcohol that I like, and I cannot fucking find it anywhere. And I'm so sad. So let me tell you guys what happened to me. I literally was about to cry. So I've been looking for the spiked Simply Lemonades because I fucking love Simply Lemonade. It's so good. Simply Limeade, all their stuff. I love it. I think it's so, so good. I love the Simply stuff. But anyway, they came out with the Simply Spiked Lemonade, so obviously I'm excited about that. I went to Publix. They were out of my Truly Lemonade, but they had the Simply Spiked Lemonade. And I was like, oh my God, I've been wanting to try this. I'm so excited, whatever. And then I bought them, and then I drank one and felt like shit that night. And then I read the ingredients, and it had fucking stevia in it. And one, I hate stevia, so it wasn't good. I didn't even finish it. I hate stevia, and two, stevia fucks me up. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel, like, crazy. Like, I, like, get, like, anxious, and then my stomach hurts, and my head hurts, and I can't sleep. Like, stevia just fucks me up. Splenda does the same thing. And so I'm just really sad, and now they're just in my car, and none of my coworkers want them, and it's 11 of them. It's, like, a big-ass box. And my roommate doesn't want them. So, like, who the fuck am I going to give these Simply Lemonades to? Stevia is the worst. It's disgusting, right? Angry Orchard, Chef's Kiss. So that's what I should have bought. Because then, so the fucking Simply Lemonade debacle happens. And then I'm like, okay, I'm getting rid of these. And I went to the store to get some new alcohol. Because I like to have, like, a drink in the evenings, you know? Like, I have, like, one Truly while I watch TV in the evenings. And so I was like, let me go get some new alcohol for this week and the weekend. Because in the weekend, I'll usually have a couple more. But anyway, so I go to the store, and now I'm fucking paranoid about stevia, so I'm trying to read the labels, and they also didn't have Truly Lemonades. They had Truly iced teas, but I don't really like tea. So I got the White Claw Surge, and it's too strong for me. Like, I drank one, and I was like, like, it was just strong as fuck, and I didn't finish it, and it, like, fucked me up. So that was the cranberry one. I added lemon juice to it, and I think the lemon juice would be good, but I added way too much because I wasn't really paying attention while I was pouring it. But I'm just having trouble finding alcohol that I like, and I'm upset about it because, like, if we deserve one thing in this fucking life, it's to have a Truly Lemonade while we watch our fucking programs and hang out. That's what I deserve, and I haven't been able to obtain it. I need to go to the liquor store. I've been wondering about those White Claw Surges. If you like White Claws, you will like them, but I do not like White Claws very much, is the problem. Have you had a Smirnoff Ice Blackberry? They're very good. Can't taste the alcohol. Ooh, I should try that. I've been drinking mixed margaritas that are 12% recently. I just don't have the patience to make a margarita at my house, and then the ones that come in, like, the pre-thing at Trader Joe's are gross. Oh, I need to go to Trader Joe's tomorrow. Someone remind me to go to Trader Joe's tomorrow after work. I just bring the extra drinks to work and put them in the fridge, but you gotta do Angry Rose Orchard. The crisp apple ones are good, and the rosé is pure. Okay, so that was the thing. I should have gotten the fucking those, because the Angry Orchard, because I like those. I don't really buy them, but I saw them, and I was like, I like those. Why don't I buy those? And then I was like, let me get these White Claws. Stupid. Stupid garbage rat. You should have gotten the Angry Orchard. Wait, did you get rid of Bad Roomie, or is that next week? That is on the 31st. But I haven't been here. So today I'm here. Today was the first day I was at my house since Friday morning. I came here Friday morning to work out, and then I've literally been at my boyfriend's house the entire weekend. I just comment to go to Trader Joe's on every TikTok you make tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, I love Trader Joe's. My boyfriend wants more of the s'mores things. He was so sad because we ate the whole box of the s'mores things, the little s'mores candy chocolate things. And so we ate the whole thing. And then we saw on the package that it says to microwave them for 4 seconds. And he was like, fuck, they're probably so much better like that. Like, they were amazing, but imagine them like that. And I was like, damn, we fumbled. So I was like, okay, I'll go get you more. I'm a slut for a good hard cider. Watermelon, Smirnoff vodka, and Red Bull is so good. Can't taste the alcohol. I can't drink Red Bull either. So I can't. Things that fuck me up in the same way are Splenda, stevia, and any energy drink. And it's not from the caffeine, because I will drink like way more caffeine content in coffee and I'm fine. Like, the coffee fucks my stomach up a little bit if I have too much, but not in the same way. Like, coffee, like, I'd be like, I'm in the bathroom, you know? But with stevia and like energy drinks, I get like sharp pain in my stomach and it hurts so fucking bad. That was happening to me on Friday night, and my boyfriend was like, what's happening to you? And I was like, I think I'm dying. Like, I think I'm gonna see God tonight. Celsius drinks F me up. I can't drink those because they have stevia. I was so sad. At work, one of the agents gave me all these Celsius drinks that she had in her mini fridge, and I was so excited. And then I read the label, and I was like, can't drink these. Oh my god, my chat right now. You may be reacting to the taurine. Oh, maybe. Narcs, I had to go to urgent care from energy drink stomach pains. Yeah. What would you do for a Klondike bar? No, what would you do for a good alcoholic lemonade? Exactly. Like, is that too much to ask? Pussy beers only. Mike's Hard ciders, supreme. Literally supreme. Guys, what do I need for my first college dorm? Clorox wipes. Just clean everything with Clorox wipes. That's all you're gonna do. Just clean everything with Clorox wipes. Sheets and an extra pair of sheets. Like, you should have 2 sets of sheets. You can get, like, I would get, like, good sheets and then get, like, some shitty sheets from, like, Walmart, like, the Amazon cheapest ones you can find, and then get good sheets. So that way, if you ever, like, spill something or something happens and you, like, don't have access to the washer because it's a dorm, I don't know why I keep, like, whistling like that, then you have a backup sheets, which is just going to be nice. Don't sleep on the same bedding all year. The worst moment, taking AP test while drinking vodka lemonade in 2020, legal in my state since my mom allowed it, LMAO. What else do you need for your college dorm? Also, thank you for subscribing, Squishmaller, NickLive26. Thank you, subscribing with Prime. We love to see it. What else do you need? Walmart jersey sheets are V-soft and affordable. Yeah, get 2 sets of those. Dry erase to hang on your wall. Extra chargers. Just have a couple extra chargers. You need a power strip. You don't need as many school supplies as you think you need. My freshman year of college, I feel like I bought school supplies when I just used my laptop for everything. Yeah, super long phone charger, because a lot of dorm buildings are old and they don't have many outlets and they're in really weird spots. Contraceptives, yeah. Oh, bring a first aid kit. Like, just get a little one with, like, Band-Aids, Tylenol, like, stuff like that. That's, like, you're gonna need it at some point, and you're gonna be annoyed if you don't have it, you know? Shower caddy and shoes, yeah. Towels, a couple extra towels. I bought so many school supplies and didn't use the majority of them. Yeah, wait to get your textbooks. Pepper spray is a good move. Make sure it's allowed in your dorm. Some of them don't. I don't want you to get in trouble, so just either be low-key about it or make sure it's allowed. What else? Febreze. Yes, bring Febreze. Never buy textbooks from the bookstore. You can usually get free condoms from the health center. That is true. Bring, like, 3 fans. Yeah, bring a fan. So look up the name of the dorm building you're in and then, like, Reddit or Twitter and see what people are saying about it and ask them. I know communal showers can be gross. Just go ahead and buy antifungal cream. Yeah, wear shoes in the shower. Hangers. Bring hangers. Bring hangers and bring, like, figure out your closet situation. Laundry. Bring laundry stuff. Bring detergent with you. Like, you're not going to want to deal with it and get it there. Unless you're, like, flying, then that'd be stupid. But you get what I'm saying. Feel it out. What else? Under bed storage. Yeah. I would bring a couple snacks with you to have in your dorm room for when you're, like, figuring out, like, the dining hall situation and, like, grocery shopping and stuff like that. Like, I would just bring some, like, granola bars and, like, candy and, like, stuff like that. Tide Pods, yeah. Don't wear your lanyard around your neck all the time. People will bully you. Check YouTube for dorm tours. Yeah, that's another good one. Quarters if you have to pay for laundry. Yeah. Over-the-door things are great. Over-the-door mirror, hooks, hangs for coats and bags. Yeah, over-the-door. I've actually never lived in a dorm. So actually, that's a lie. I have lived in a dorm, but not that way. So when I was in high school, I did a journalism program that was at a university. And so we lived in the dorms. So I lived in the dorms for like 2 months in the summer. But then my freshman year of college, I lived abroad. And we lived like legally, it was a dorm, but it was a townhouse. Like I lived in a big-ass like 5-bedroom townhouse with a bunch of other girls in the same program. We had 2 kitchens. It was very weird. It was a weird layout, but it was a cool house. And so, like, that wasn't a dorm. Like, it was a house. They brought, like, it was furnished, and it had, like, all of our kitchen stuff in there, so I brought, like, dorm-type stuff, but I didn't have, like, the freshman dorm experience ever, because then, when I came back from being abroad, I moved into an apartment with some of the girls that I had met abroad, which was, like, a whole other thing. I went to a leadership thing and stayed in Denson's dorm in an expensive college, and they were awful. So a lot of the best colleges have the shittiest dorms, is the dirty little secret, is that, like, a lot of state schools have the best dorms. So, like, Kennesaw State is, like, a not bougie school. Like, it's just a regular-ass public school. They have the nicest fucking dorms I've seen in my life. So many of my friends went there and my cousin's going there, and he was like showing me the pictures, and I was like, why is your dorm nicer than my apartment that literally costs $3,000 a month? And then like Harvard's dorms, it's like literally disgusting because it was built in like the fucking 20s. Like, it's really wild. It's truly wild. And like the University of Georgia is like one of the best schools in Georgia, but a lot of their dorms are just like terrible. Ooh, good question. Can you do a horrible roommate story? I am going to. It's going to be a dedicated stream with screenshots of messages, but I'm doing it once everybody is gone and no one is legally tied to me in any financial matter on any documents, because you just never know. You just never know. So you just wait till you're in the clear. You know what I'm saying? So this is one thing. I was talking to my mom about this. I like how we've been here for 17 minutes and we haven't started. I was talking to my mom about this. I used to get in so much trouble on social media. I have like a zit in my ear. So in middle school and high school, I grew up in a super conservative town. Not a super conservative, like pretty conservative town. And I would post, like, God isn't real with, like, quotes from the founding fathers about how, like, religion is disgusting. And, like, I was just, like, posting that on Facebook. And when people would, like, respond with Bible verses, I would, like, prove that that part of the Bible was contradicted later. Like, I was just, like, a menace on Facebook and on Twitter. And, like, I just got in so much trouble so many times. And so many people blocked me. And I got in trouble at school over, like, talking shit and making jokes that I shouldn't have made because they were not nice. But I just got in trouble fucking constantly. And I was talking to my mom and I was like, that's why I feel like I've been like good on social media now, is because like I learned those lessons very young. Like I learned how to have fucking decorum and like how to be polite and all of that. The chat is amazing tonight. But like I learned how to be polite and I learned how to like be respectful online and not project and not just be like a fucking raging psychopath. And I feel like so many people on the internet today are just literal raging psychopaths. And I'm glad that I learned that lesson and I'm able to not do that. You know what I mean? NickLive26, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Darly Charlie, oh my god, I love that username. Thank you for following. But now that we've been here for a full 20 minutes, let's get into the slides that I very painstakingly created for you today. So we're doing wholesome teacher stories. I remember like last time I was talking about, I was like, we just need like positivity right now. Like I'm just tired of everything being terrible and it's sad and I want whatever. So we're doing wholesome state your stories. What is a tip or hack that you think everyone should know? Oh, I have some good ones. Okay, so one of my favorite ones that I used recently and taught to so many people. If you are taking a flight, you can type in like in iMessage, send the flight number to someone, and when you click it, like it'll become clickable. Text to the flight number with someone like DL 482 or whatever the fuck your flight number is. You can click it and then it'll pop up a window with like if it's late, the gate it's going to, the like all of that shit. That's a really good hack that's really nice. Like me and my boyfriend were traveling and I texted him the flight number so that I just had like an easy spot to pull up the flight information without having to fucking enter my confirmation code into the Delta app and shit like that. I'm in a Midwest hotel and there's not a Bible at all in the room. I'm shook. Very excited for good news because Twitter and life is a goddamn bummer right now. DL. Delta, sweetie. Jane the Snake. What are other good hacks that I think people should know? I'm like such a fucking workaholic. Everything that's coming to my brain right now is like the company I work for has an app and they like always, I have to like train people on how to use the app because it's actually really good. I always show people how to do things in the app to like save time, and that's all that's coming to my brain. I'm broken. All I do is work. Has social media ever affected your job? So, yeah, people at work find me a lot because I work with a pretty young crowd. So, like, a lot of my coworkers have found me, which is fine. And they're cool about it. I always just say, so, like, should I be talking about this? Whatever. So I work with real estate agents, and the situation I don't want to get put in is I don't want the agents to be like, oh, I'll pay you to post this, like, post my listing. Like, I am not okay with that, and I don't want to be in a situation where I have to say no to that. Like, I just don't want that to come up. So I always, like, whenever, it's always, like, internal people, like, the marketing people will be like, oh, I found your TikTok, and they are always really nice about it and think it's cool. Like, no one's ever been mad. I just say like, oh, just like keep it on the DL, and everyone's pretty chill about it. No one really cares. First time chat from Missouri. I need to think of other hacks. I have so many more of these. What are they? I feel like they'll come to me. I don't know. I live here. I joined a lot of streams from Missouri hotel rooms when I was traveling a lot for my job in the spring. I love that like I'm a part of you all lives. That's like literally batshit crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's wild. Okay, let's get into slides. So not just name on a screen, part 1. So we're not going to go through that many submissions today, but most of the ones we're going through are very long. So that's going to be our vibe today. When I was in college, I was positive that I was going to be a teacher. I chose the college I went to based on their education program. Being a future teacher was my entire identity for several years leading up to this point. I finally got to the semester before student teaching, fall 2019, and during that time, my mom, who had been in remission from cancer for 10 months, was found out to not only have cancer again, but that it had spread to her lungs. As you can imagine, I was a mess, my whole family was, and during that time, I should have been prepping my lessons and finishing my degree, and I was completely distraught, so I went into student teaching January 2020, already being behind from the start. Long story short, student teaching crashed and burned. I wasn't prepared. I was trying so hard to improve, and then we all know what happened when March 2020 hit. I never had the chance to really prove myself throughout student teaching, and subsequently failed the semester. This one starts off rough. I should have given you a warning about that. So there I was at home in my childhood bedroom, having failed student teaching, that thing that was my entire identity, and becoming one of 2 primary caregivers for my mom and watching her deteriorate over time. The professors at my college had no sympathy. I was honest with what was going on, but there wasn't anything they could do. I was told in order to graduate, I would have to change my major or redo student teaching. I decided to switch out of education and went through an identity crisis. Following semester, I was completely online. I had signed up for a class that I had no expectation for. It was online prior to the pandemic and had really been set up to finish at your own pace, which was nice. Had it been any other semester, I probably would have done well, but again, I was a mess, never bothered to let my professor know what I was going through, because if my education professors didn't care, why should someone I only know remotely care? I wound up falling behind and feeling like I could never catch up. I I'm reading this serious ass story, and then I open the chat to see if anyone said anything, and Jake the Snake has said, "There I was, barbecue sauce on my on to TI titties." My foot is asleep right now, and it's literally sending me into psychosis, but it's fine. So, where was I? Oh, I already finished this page. So, but this professor did not give up on me. I was a name on a screen for her, but every assignment I turned in, she would leave thoughtful, helpful comments on. When I wasn't engaging, she would email and ask if I was okay. I eventually opened up to her, and she did everything in her power to help my grade. It was such a kind gesture when I was at such a low point in my life. Even with all the help and understanding in the world, when you aren't in the right state of mind, you can't force yourself to complete the task you need to. And that happened to me even with all of her help. I failed the class that semester, but I knew I would try again, and with a fresh start, I could be successful. Damn, when you said dark start to this one, you meant it. Yeah, I told you guys. So in the spring of 2021, my final semester of college, I retook the class, and I also started a job at a restaurant on top of everything else I'd been dealing with. So that ambitious goal, being on top of things, fell through the cracks, but again, I got second chances. My professor was there again and again. And at that semester, after what had been a year and a half of trauma, I clawed my way to graduation. I ended the class with a C, not great, but passing. On graduation day, which also happened to be my birthday, she emailed me. She let me know how proud she was of me, how she was grading my assignments and cheering me on as the grade went up and over the passing line. She understood that I was more than a girl who failed her class once and barely passed the next time. She saw that I wasn't lazy, but was instead under an extreme amount of stress and pressure. I still have never talked to her face to face, but I'll remember her for the rest of my life. P.S. My mom is still battling cancer, but is very much alive. I figured I should add that so people don't worry too much. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I thought that that was the cutest thing, that this teacher had just been cheering her on. W professor, WOP prayers for your mom. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was so sweet that this professor was so nice. Very wholesome. I love a wholesome teacher moment. This is from Lemur Banana. Lemur Banana, you were just in the chat. I love when you guys submit. My foot is falling asleep again. Okay, so anyway. The summer between first and second grades, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. After a biopsy in June, I was sent home to recover and rest until a major resection surgery, and my surgeon would remove as much of the tumor as he safely could from my brainstem. That surgery caused a surprise coma, which led to a few extra days in the ICU before discharge. Despite that, I ended up starting second grade on time 2 or 3 weeks later. While 6-year-old me was fighting the tumor, many teachers and other school staff, along with many parents, did a lot to support my family. When I was in the hospital with my mom, one of my first grade teachers who lived in the same neighborhood babysat my siblings. Also, one day right after getting home from the August surgery, many school staff members who were invited by my mom stopped by to my house to check on me. While she wasn't a teacher, I also want to mention a classmate's parent who was involved in the PTA even showed up to help my parents clean once. During high school, a friend's parent told me a story from that summer about my principal. The parent was either on a drive or a walk through the neighborhood and encountered the principal, who she described as looking stressed. They had a talk on the sidewalk, and the parent asked what was wrong. Without giving away my name for privacy, the principal said she had just learned one of her students was ill in the hospital. That parent was tight with my family since I was in kindergarten, so she knew about the stuff that my principal was worried about me. My principal was one of the staff who stopped by my house after the surgery, but I wouldn't have guessed she'd be that concerned for me. For the first several weeks of second grade, I had to take rest breaks because my surgery got me tiring really quickly for a little while, so I wasn't allowed to go to PE or the playground for recess for safety, so I chilled inside during those times. While all disabled and sick students should be treated with patience by educators, I understand that is often not the case. I'm very fortunate that my teachers didn't give me, I'm assuming you meant gave me exactly what I needed to bounce back in school. In case you were wondering, I'm pretty much fine now. I have MRI appointments to check on the tiny part of the tumor that was not safe to remove in that August surgery. I was diagnosed over 10 years ago. It's not grown since then, so I'm in remission. I still have some lasting deficits from my tumor and surgeries. Now I'm working towards a master's degree so I can work in my chosen health field. I've made so much progress, and I had a great community, including so many teachers in my own neighborhood. Very sweet, very cute, and very gorgeous, and I'm glad you're doing well now. Sorry if this is, like, presumptuous to ask, but I've always wondered this, and I feel like we have, like, a rapport. How do you think, like, going through that medical stuff at such a young age, obviously it like affected you, but like how so, do you think? Like, do doctors freak you out? Doctors would freak me out. Like, I've always wondered that. Like, how going through, like, a lot of medical things as a young child, like, makes you view, like, yourself and your body and the health of yourself and the medical field. Like, I don't know. Feel free to not answer. This is about a teacher named Melissa. So I would classify this as wholesome, but we may have different definitions. I think it's wholesome. In the second grade, I called a first grader a little bitch. She was. And when she told my teacher, Melissa went to a crunchy granola school where we called teachers by their first names. That would literally be me if I had a school. Melissa pulled me aside and gently explained that even though the little girl was indeed irritating, that I needed to be kind. Wholesome part is she didn't send me to the principal because I had already been sent multiple times for fighting the boys in my class. Literally my mom's name, oh my god. For fighting boys in my class. Side note, my mom thought it was hilarious, and she agreed that the girl was indeed a little bitch. That's too funny, but she's a high school teacher. I want to be a high school teacher when I grow up. This was literally you with the first grader. Like, why did you have to pop off that hard on the first grader? I know you didn't ask me, but I went through a lot of medical stuff from 4th to 6th grade, and it gave me hypochondria. Okay, valid. And I was asking anyone that can relate to that. Betty Crocker Homemaker, thank you. I wasn't scared of medical stuff I was a kid. I got used to it pretty quickly. Yeah, that's true. Maybe you'd be less scared because you got used to it so young. Call them like we see them. Okay, so my pre-calc teacher in high school gave me and all my friends B's because we were going to college, and he didn't want a hard math class to make or break us getting scholarships. I became a math teacher because of him and have the same mentality towards my students. I think this is so cute. I love a teacher that's like, I don't give a fuck, get your scholarship. Oh my god, this one, I literally cried at work reading this. I said vagina in 4th grade and got sent to the office for it. I mean, that's lame. It's like a medical term, or like an anatomy term, I mean. Okay, so I had a second grader with selective mutism. She would not talk. I worked hard with her all year, baby steps, having her read with one student at a time in another area from the other kids, made sure she was 100% comfortable every step of the way. One day in February, she whispered to me that she wanted to share a drawing she did with the class. She went to the front of the class, smiled, and spoke as if it was no big deal. I had to turn around in the back of the classroom so nobody could see me ugly cry. I would be sobbing. When I used to teach early Head Start and they would have any milestone, I would cry like a baby every time. I remember when this one little girl, I went on vacation, and when I came back from vacation, she could walk. And she was like behind, like developmentally had like some delays and stuff. So she was behind and walking, and I came back and I was like, since when do you walk? You walk? I was like, you? You walk? Love teachers who support their kids' communication skills. I know, it's literally the cutest I've ever seen in my life, and I'm going to cry. My German teacher would ask us where we worked so hard so he could give us tips, and I low-key cried every time in the pasta aisle of my store. I love going to kids' work. It is my favorite. I'm like, where's your manager? And I'm like, you should promote this lovely worker. They were so helpful. They showed me where everything is. And my students are always like, please stop. It's all about meeting people where they're at and giving them support. I know, this one made me ugly cry so much. And this meme is a good one. This might be the class picture. Everyone stressed a kid, Mr. Milestone. The kid doing the thing once they feel like it with no issue. I know you put in a ton of work and this is your W. Like, I don't want to take that away. But I've seen this happen so many times where a kid just decides that they want to do the thing. And you're like, since when could you do that? Like, this whole time? Could you do that this whole time? Like, oh my god, I didn't know how to walk till I was like almost 2 because I was just not into it. Like, I was afraid to fall down. I was super spoiled. Kids that don't talk until they can speak in perfect sentences, literally. I was super spoiled. My sister carried me everywhere. I was chubby. I did not want to walk. And I could talk super well. And so they would take me to the doctor and be like, why don't you fucking walk? And they would like scan my legs and shit. And I'm like, I don't want to walk. And the doctor was like, she can walk. She knows how to walk. Because I would walk on the bed. And the doctor was like, it is so much harder for a toddler to walk on the bed than on the flat floor. So she can walk. Like, it's not if, ands, or buts. She knows how to walk. But I didn't want to fall. Because I was like, the floor is fucking hard. I know if I fall on the bed, it's going to be fine. But the floor is fucking hard. So I would be at the doctor, and they would be like, why don't you walk? And I'd be like, I don't want to walk because I can talk super well because I learned how to talk when I was 7 months old, and I have not shut the fuck up since. But anyway, I was like, I don't want to walk. I just don't want to walk. And then they were going to, like, start taking me to get CAT scans and stuff like that. Like, I was like, you can do all the scans you want. I'm not walking. And then one day, I think I was, like, by myself in a room. Like, someone had walked out and there was something I needed, or, like, someone couldn't get me what I wanted. And so I just walked over and got it. And everyone was like, you can walk? And I was like, yeah, I wanted my shit. So I can walk now. And then I would still try and get picked up, and they were like, no. Mama Redacted was tired of it. I just, like, oh my god, but the other thing was, we'll continue to talk about Baby Redacted. So I learned how to talk when I was, like, 8 or 9 months old, I think, like months. Like, I think it was 8 months. That sounds right. And I learned how to talk. My first word was dog, and it was with the au pair nanny person, not with my parents. She would take me on a walk every day, and my mom was like, when you take her on walks, you need to point things out to her so that she'll, like, learn what things are. So the nanny would be like, house, mailbox, whatever. So that's why my first word was dog, even though we didn't have a dog. Everyone thinks it's weird that I didn't have a dog and my first word was dog. But, like, I was on the fucking go. Like, Susan used to take me on a 3-mile run every day. So I was on the move. But anyway, so my first word was dog, and then the nanny came back and was like, holy shit, she talked. Her first word was dog. Susan was on it. Her first word was dog. And then my mom was like, holy shit. So then my mom took me for a walk the next day to see if I would do it again. And then the next day I said, the dog is outside. And my mom was like, what the fuck? And then I just didn't shut up. And the other thing was, I was really little. I was sick a lot as a kid. So I, like, was kind of behind in growing. So I was very small. So I was like 1.5. I looked like I was 1, and I could speak like I was, like, 2. So it would just, like, really fuck with people. Like, in public, like, my mom always talks about this one time at the grocery store. Someone was like, does baby want a sticker? And I was like, can I have a purple one? Like, full, like, sentence asked for what I wanted. And so, yeah, I was just a talker and didn't walk. And I was just talking. First word to first sentence. Yeah, my mom said, like, I went from words to phrases within a couple days or whatever. But my mom's probably exaggerating and making me out to be a baby genius, which is why I'm overly confident, but whatever. 2-year-old Miss Redacted, start speaking Shakespearean English. Let's quit the games. I want the purple star, ma'am. Yeah, for real. I was like, this is not a vibe. Like, don't talk to me. And I've never been good with physical stuff. Like, I'm really uncoordinated. I'm really bad at sports. But I can talk. I can talk. My mom's sister and my dad's sister fought over who actually saw first steps. That's funny. But yeah. Oh my God. Should this be our class photo? I don't have a ton of memes in this one because it's, like, not that many submissions, but I think this should be our class photo. But yeah. So, moving on, another Wholesome teacher submission. So I want to talk about 2 teachers because they are both amazing influences on my life. Short context for this story. My dad died in October, junior year of high school, and I had 2 of the hardest classes that year, English or AP, I don't know, and global perspectives. Sorry, I got distracted by Noodles the first time chat. You're a speech therapist? Do you like it? I feel like that would be a hard job. Because I'll be like, I don't know, you just do it. I mean, I'm sure you have, like, qualifications that I don't have. Let me focus. Okay. As you can imagine, my grades slipped, and it was the first time I'd ever gotten not 1, but 2 Fs at the end of my semester. My global perspectives teacher, Dr. Cryfield, I don't know, pulled me aside and said, honey, I know that you're going through it. I saw your grades in English too, but I talked to your teacher and we know you're a good kid, but I also know you can do better, so you're going to eat lunch with me and we're going to get your grades back where they should be. So every day for the rest of the year, she made sure I worked my ass off. If things weren't if we weren't talking about upcoming assignments, we'd discuss life and other random things. I ended the class with an A. A couple months later, I had a huge English assignment. My dad's funeral was coming up, and everyone was sharing the answers. They sent them to me, and God, did I want to cheat and just get it done? I would have cheated. I just want to say that for the record, that I would have cheated. I cheated on everything in high school. I cheated on almost everything in high school. And my students would always ask me, they'd be like, Miss Redacted, did you ever caught cheating in high school? No, I would never do that. I would never do that. I would tell them about one time I got caught and it was really embarrassing. And then another time I didn't get caught and I felt really guilty about it because the teacher was so nice. But anyway, I did not tell them that I cheated on almost everything in high school. That was really all I was doing was cheating. Didn't you lead a cheating ring in English? I did not lead it. I participated. Someone else led it. I'm not going to name her, but you know who you are. But anyway, no, I did not lead it. But anyway, I cheat on everything all the time. My method to cheating was usually getting the test in advance and then memorizing the answers. That was usually my method. One time I was doing recycling for AP Environmental Science and I found my psychology test in the recycling bin of the copy room and I got 100. Because I looked up the answers and my mom would be like, it's not cheating because you're still learning. She'd be like, you're looking up the answers and you're memorizing it, so you're learning. It's fine. And then other times I would Google things on my phone. That's pretty blatant. But, like, I would Google one question and the whole fucking test would come up on Quizlet. So, like, sorry. And then on homework, I would cheat all the time. I would always take other people's work. I would text them and be like, what's up? Let me get that work. For a lot of high school, I was dating a dude that was a year older than me. So I would get his work from the year before because he would keep it all. And I cheated on everything. I cheated on pretty much everything. Like, that's when I started getting good grades, is when I started cheating. The only time I felt bad about it, so I was in Latin. It was sophomore year of Latin. I was taking a lot of Vyvanse and stealing white wine from my mother. And I was just, like, I was very unwell. Like, I was just deeply unwell. And so I got a B in Latin, and I was like, I cannot have a fucking B in Latin. I was like, I have like a C in English, my grades are bad, I want to leave this small town, I want to go to NYU, that's what I thought I wanted. Or no, at that point I was like wanting to go to USC. I was like, I want to go to USC, fuck this bullshit, I need to make all A's. So I was like, I'm going to start cheating in Latin because it's fucking Latin, and I'm not taking Latin 3, I'm only taking Latin 1 and 2, and I just don't fucking care. So I'm just going to cheat. And so my boyfriend at the time, he had his binder, or his friend's binder, with all the Scantrons, and the teacher would use the same test. So I got the binder with the Scantrons, and I would take a picture of the Scantron on my phone, and then put my phone in my lap, and then literally just fill in the bubbles and not even read the test. I would fill in the bubbles, and then I would check my work, I'd go through the test, and then I would miss a couple on purpose, because I was like, this old man knows that I don't fucking speak Latin. Like, he knew that I did not understand what the fuck we were talking about ever. Like, he knew I was not all there. Like, he would look at me and he'd be like, something's wrong with you. Because I was like sleeping 4 hours a night and I had like terrible anxiety and was like talking to men on the internet. Like, it was a time. I was in my Lana Del Rey era. But anyway, so I was cheating in Latin, and then I got an A in Latin, and the teacher held me after class to tell me how proud he was of me and how he could tell that I had been trying a lot harder and I had come so far in the year, and that he was so proud because at the beginning of the year he saw me get a B, and he was like, most B students go down throughout the year, not up, and you're ending with like a 99, and it's going to grade point so much. And I have never felt so guilty in my entire life. Actually, I should apologize to him. I have his phone number. I felt so bad about it, and like, I literally felt I was crushed. And he was one of the nicest teachers I've ever had. He was so nice. He was ready to retire. Like, he did not teach us at all. I love you, sir. If you're watching this, I love you. You can tell. But like, we were just kind of chilling, and he would be like, these new teachers, they can't teach without a projector. And then he would just like sit there and read the textbook to us, and I would be like, what the fuck are we talking about right now? And I never had any idea what was going on. And then I would try and do flashcards, and then the test would be like reading passages in Latin, and I was like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, I just had no idea what we were talking about ever. And everyone would be like, it's not that hard. And I would be like, were we in the same class? Do you think he knew and was trying to guilt you? Yes, I do. And you know what? I respect him. That's what I think. And I think he was like, I'm going to see if this little girl bluffs. And I think he was like, W teacher, also I'm astonished to see in the chat, parents aid in cheating. Oh, my mom was the CEO of rationalizing how to get ahead. That woman's Kris Jenner and Hillary Clinton. Like, she did not give a fuck. But anyway, I think he was. I think he thought I cheated and was like, all right, I'm going to fucking put a fire under her ass and see if she admits to it. And this guy was a G. He was like an old Italian guy. He wore like a typical like tracksuit every day, had a ton of rings. He had a flip phone. He would literally in the middle of class, he would answer his phone, fucking scream at someone and curse, and then hang up and be like, oh, my fucking contractor's here to paint my rental house and he doesn't have the key, and then just leave and leave us alone. Like, that happened on more than one occasion. So he was just like this, like a G. Like, he was like an old man. He was an old Italian man. He was a G. And he, I think, was like, let me fucking light a fire under her ass and see if she admits to it. And I think he respected me for holding it. Like, I remember the way he was looking at me, and I was like, and I think he was like, damn, she's not gonna fucking rat on herself. And I think he respected that. And he gave me an A. It was also his last year teaching. Oh, he totally respected the fuck out of you after you bluffed through that encounter. I was like, I'm not admitting it. I was like, I can't. That's literally like, that's not an option. Like, it didn't even cross my mind to admit it. I was just like, nope, you're sticking to the lie. I was just like, yeah. And then the next year he became a full-time sub for the school, and I walked in, and this fucking nasty administrator, she's a fucking bitch, and all my friends that work there say you're a fucking bitch too. Sorry if I got any of my friends in trouble. So many people I went to high school with now teach at that high school, side note. But anyway, everyone hates you, and you slut-shamed me when I had a fucking wardrobe malfunction when I was 15 and my fucking pink bra was out, and you made it seem like I was trying to start an OnlyFans in the fucking cafeteria. But anyway, I walked into school wearing leggings because whatever. And then she like pulled me aside, and then he came up and was like, why are you being so mean to her? What's going on? She didn't do anything wrong. Like, she's so nice. She never does anything wrong. And I was like, see, a fucking teacher of 40 years thinks I'm perfect, bitch. And then she was like, she can't wear, it was running shorts. It was running shorts, and it was an early release day. Because on finals days, it was early release. And it was like right before summer, and I had running shorts on. And she made my mom come bring me pants. Unless they have proof, I ain't admitting shit. My U.S. history teacher, who would retire, would let us cheat, and thought it was so funny. I literally sent someone a text typing OF as you said OnlyFans. Oh my god. Your admin probably had some strong opinions on Janet Jackson. Oh no, these scandalous running shorts that hinder education. You lived in the South too. That's cunty baby. Yes, it would be 100 degrees every day. So let me tell you about the wardrobe malfunction. So I don't have a shirt on right now. I just have a bra on. But let's say like, this is my bra, this blue thing. Let's say I had a tank top on. I had a tank top on, and then I had like a little sweater on top of my tank top. That's what I was wearing. Let's say this is my tank top. Like, yay, it's a tank top. It got shifted to the side like that because I was sitting on the ground in class, kind of turned. So it was like, one of the sides was like all bunched in my armpit. Like, it was so obviously not intentional. And she literally fucking death gripped my arm, yanked me into the office. Like, literally, you know when you, like in old time movies where someone has the hook and like hooks someone? That's what it felt and looked like. Other people saw it. And she goes, what do you think you are doing? And I was like, I'm walking to math. What do you mean? What am I doing? I wish I had told my mom about this because she would have gone ape shit. I was like, what do you mean? What am I doing? And she was like, you're just walking around with your hot pink bra out at school? And I was like, oh my God, that's embarrassing. Fixed my shirt. And I was like, sorry, it was an accident. I didn't realize it was showing. Like, and she was like, oh, you didn't realize it was showing? You'd really expect me to believe that? You clearly wanted everyone to see it when you chose a hot pink bra. And I was like, bitch, why are you in my titties? Like, why are you in my titties right now? In real life, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I have to go to class. Like, I need a pass. And then she was just like, girl, bye. But if I could go back in time, I literally would have said, like, why are you in my titties? Like, as a woman. Like, woman to woman, why are you in my titties right now? Like, all up in my bra, questioning my fucking bra. And the fucking hilarious, she was jealous of you or she has something problems. So that's the other thing. First of all, why is your grown ass looking at my bra, ma'am? This was the other thing. Blue Booby, welcome. Talk about projection from a teacher. Holy shit. This was the other fucking thing that, like, I really could have iced it on. I remember that bra. It was hot pink. I loved it, and I did pick it because it was a hot pink bra. But anyway, it wasn't my bra. It was a hand-me-down from my sister. Like, growing up, I wore so many hand-me-downs from my sister because, like, budget queen for that 2008 recession. But it was literally a hand-me-down bra. So I was like, you're acting like this is the fucking, like, $90 Victoria's Secret glitter bra that I'm wearing with no shirt. It's literally a hand-me-down bra. Secretly saying you want attention and wish you were young without saying it. Yeah, it was just, like, a lot. Does she still work there? I'd be sending her a nasty email. I email her and I'm like, I'm a 24-year-old woman now, but I would like to talk about something you said to me 9 years ago. And I've been talking about it on the internet. And other people agree. And you should be embarrassed. She would call the police. But yeah, I heard she's really not a vibe. Work is going to be, like, a lot tomorrow. And I'm just, like, really not feeling it. Not into it. It's not going to be a vibe. Ow. My scalp itches. Just a hot pink bra to the school that says, I know what you did. Send her screenshot to the chat. Me and my internet friends have a bone to pick with you. Okay, so let's get back to this submission. Okay. So this person really wanted to cheat, which we all know that I did, but they decided not to, and they talked to the English teacher, Miss Barisi, to make sure she knew I didn't cheat. She told me, I know you didn't cheat because the assignment looks like shit, but you wrote it, and that's the best thing you've done all year, and I'm so proud of you. This is literally me as a teacher. I'm like, yeah, it was really bad. Thank you, though. We're still on this story. We got distracted. Hey, girly, I need to discuss this decade-old situation, and I will sue you if you react wrong. Okay. Betty Crocker Homemaker, can I put that on merch? I want to put that on the back of a shirt. I'm putting this in my notes app right now. Oh my god. That is literally fucking hilarious. Girl, what? I will buy that shirt. You have my blessing, Alabama. I feel honored. Hey, girly. Okay, so I was beaming all day. I bragged to my mom. Can you tell my head itches? I went to my guidance counselor and almost cried. She couldn't understand how I was so happy about my assignment being shit. Those two women helped me forge the right path at the darkest point of my life, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. I'm not a religious person, but I thank God every time I reflect on life and where I've been, that they were my teachers. That's so cute. Oh my God, I'm so excited for merch. I'm going to do it. Because, so I made a design, and then I was like, looked at it, and I was like, I hate it, I don't want to do it, fuck it, I'm not doing merch. And then I hadn't looked at it in like over a month, and then today I looked at it, and I was like, that's literally perfect. I was like, I love it, it's perfect. There's a couple things where, like, it's off-center, like, little things, so it's not perfect, but, like, the ideas and the layout is perfect. Brutally honest teachers were either the best or the worst, and that was even one of the good ones. So what my kids used to always be so shook that I would say is they would be like, this is terrible. I hope no one that ever wants to work with me is watching this. They would be like, I don't give a fuck about my grade. And I'd be like, I don't give a fuck about your grade. And then they would be like, and I'd be like, you said it first. Like, you said you don't give a fuck about your grade. Sorry, I was looking at the chat, a hot pink bra that says, bitch, why are you all up in my titties right now? But yeah, the kids would be so shook when I would be like, I don't give a fuck about your grade either. And then they'd be like, wait, can you help me? I want to pass. And I'd be like, yeah, come here. It would work every time. Like, you just have to match their energy. That's what teenagers are looking for at the end of the day. Teenagers are just looking for someone to match their energy. That's all they want. So when they're crazy, you just have to be crazier. And then they're like, wait, you're literally crazy. I will be holding my family at gunpoint. Teens respond well to psychological warfare. They do, because they try to psychologically warfare you. And, like, no, there can only be one crazy person here, and it's me. So, okay, so, Dr. Zorian. Teens love that shit so much. In spring 2021, we were well into COVID-era Zoom classes. That's to say it wasn't new. Most college professors had figured out how to properly teach Zoom classes, although many had not. I took a class called Statics, the study of... Sorry. The study of forces on non-moving objects, the basis of trusses in civil engineering in general. Sometimes I think I'm really smart, and then I read stuff like this, and I'm like, I'm not very smart. Like, I'm kind of stupid. No, because I had no respect for teachers that couldn't stand up for themselves. Were one of the most of the problems in school were not from getting accommodated, just from undiagnosed autism and treating like I was lazy, but already on the burnout. Wait a minute, where is Quarter Life Crisis? I miss her. Where is Quarter Life Crisis? Girl, where are you at? Did I post on my Instagram story that we're here? Probably. I did. Okay. I do miss Quarter Life Crisis. But anywho, so let's get back to this. Everyone told me, I fear DeSantis got them. So I did talk to her. Me and her be, like, DMing each other and shit. I did talk to her yesterday. So she's literally 100% fine. She's on vacation right now, actually. She's on a trip right now. That's where she is. Quarter Life Crisis is on a trip right now. I forgot she posted it on Instagram. But anyway. Okay. Oh, I can't breathe. Do I have COVID? I really hope I don't have coronavirus. That would suck. Everyone told me, take Dr. Zorian. He's the GOAT. He's the craziest guy ever, and you'll never be bored. Well, that was an understatement. This man was teaching statics online for years before COVID and had it down to science. Statics is the easy way on YouTube if you're interested. Oh, that's cool that he puts it on YouTube. On the first day of class, a girl asked if we could check the homework, and let me tell you, this man gave her an answer. He talked about how awful it is that education system prioritizes grades, and he'd rather just explain how to do the work in office hours than let us use Chegg, because if we're doing that in undergrad, we're going to fail when it counts and when we're building bridges. I could never tell if he was talking from experience or if he was responsible for a mistake like that, but I could tell he was genuine. Sorry, my chats are stroke-inducing. I'm stoned. It's okay. I'm glad you're here. My mom got skin cancer that semester and was having it removed. I was going home to support her. I asked Zorian if I could miss a quiz, and he said words I'll never forget. Don't ever prioritize school over family. Take all the time you need. A stupid quiz is the least of your concerns. My roommate got COVID before I went home, and even while doing all the necessary stuff, while my other roommate, worst human alive, decided to throw a COVID banger with over 100 people because, quote, your mom is not my problem. I just want to pause there. What the fuck? That person's a psychopath. I hope you don't live with them anymore. So my mom's doctor vetoed me coming because she'd be immunocompromised. I was furious at not being able to support my mom and embarrassed that I'd have to email Zorian again. I explained that I could now take the test and apologized for wasting his time. He then hit me with another unforgettable statement. You could never waste my time. You're my student. Ah! My heart! That is beautiful. Without a doubt, one of my favorite classes and teachers in college, and if you're ever an engineering student at UCF, make sure you take Ricardo Zorian. It'll definitely be one of the best semesters of your life. If you had killed that roommate, it would have been justified homicide, just saying. I would have killed the roommate the moment those words were uttered. I like how everyone went there immediately. Is this not the sweetest, cutest thing you've ever seen? So nice. Stan Dr. Zorian, I'm crying. Oh, that should have been the title. Like, the hashtag would have been better than just mine. Okay. So, this is about someone named Mr. M. First of all, I love you. Love you, too. But anyway, the story, my 8th grade literature teacher was quite literally the coolest man alive. He backpacked across Europe, hitchhiked to Alaska, got attacked by a moose, was a thrift store / yard sale king, and of course always gave us a haul when he found cool stuff. That's hilarious. Imagine being a teacher and being like, hey guys, here's my haul from the thrift stores this weekend. I'm putting that quote in my back pocket. What a lovely sentiment. Becomes a teacher again just to use that quote, hoping someone says sorry for wasting your time. Where was I? I was just the purest person alive. He was also insightful. I grew up in a very southern conservative town. I'm talking we literally have 3 red lights in the whole town. And it was at a time I was at the time kind of following the crowd, and Mr. M really started my awakening that there is life outside of here. He fostered my love of literature and was ultimately what led me to become a lit teacher myself. He called us out on our bullshit and always tried to make us think outside of what we were taught by our parents. He got in huge trouble because we read the absolute true diary of a part-time Indian. I kept multiple copies of it in my classroom bookshelf because of him. I taught away from that town for a while because I didn't want any part of it, but this year I'm going back and hoping to inspire the kids there, just like Mr. M. I'm literally about to cry. I'm really sorry, you guys, but I'm literally about to cry. I just kind of skimmed these before, and I didn't see the part about how he's going back to his hometown to be like Mr. M. And that's just really beautiful, I think. Okay. So that was our wholesome teacher stories. Thank you everyone who submitted a wholesome teacher story. But we also have people who have some tea to spill. And we have an update. So if you guys remember, someone submitted a really long thing about how their band teacher is a terrible person and like groomed them and it was terrible. We have an update from them as well. But first, let's get to some spill tea. So this is more for your history streams. I just wanted to include it here because why not? OMG, not that story. No, we have so much more. There's so more slides about it. It gets so much more crazy. Where do we send wholesome ones the same form? Are these recorded? 1 second. I can do all of that. Give me 1 second. Did it work? Okay. Let me send the wholesome one. It's a different. These are recorded and I post it to YouTube. Here's wholesome. There's wholesome teacher stories there. These are recorded and on YouTube. Okay, let's get back into it. So, the CIA has entered the chat. This is more for your history streams, but I was just watching your Operation Paperclip and MK Ultra streams, and it reminded me that my ex said one of his professors at Texas A&M was like high up in the CIA before he was a professor. I looked it up, and Texas A&M basically has a little CIA training program where former war criminals, allegedly, but it's the CIA, literally teach students how to bug phones and shit. So you really can rush the CIA. Also, he was a Scorpio man, my ex. I don't know about the professor, but either way, bad vibes. And now works in insurance back in Canada where we're from. So this man left me for the state of Texas to go to George H.W. Bush School for sketchy shit just to do the most boring job in the world. Where is the slide template from? Slides Go. I can send it to you. I think it's this one. No, it's not. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Okay, nursing home hell. This all happened at my grandma's nursing home in her town by Lake Michigan. Don't want to be specific so I don't get sued or something. I was there every summer vacation from 2017 to 2019, and I've got some tea. They were poorly managed, overworked, and understaffed. There were so few nurses that it'd take hours to get residents to the bathroom, so they'd have to soil themselves. Nursing homes, like, literally terrify me. My grandma got so many infections from not being able to use the bathroom. She was in a wheelchair, so she needed assistance to go use the restroom. I remember crying to a nurse to help her to the bathroom and she refused. Another time a CNA was fresh out of high school and she literally collapsed, smacked her head going down, and was made to finish her shift. Basically, it was definitely not the vibe, and it was low-key traumatic seeing the mistreatment of everyone there. I haven't been back since my grandma died, but the place is under new management, so I hope it's going way better. I would be so scared. I would be scared showing my tabs. You're brave. Okay, so I have a specific misredacted Google profile. So I have a separate one for, like, personal shit. So there's not that much in this one. Literally, like, most of the time that I use this, I'm either making the Nearpod or making the slides for this, or I'm streaming. Like, I don't really... And I use it for my Amazon storefront, which, by the way, I make, like, a good amount of money on my Amazon storefront. I'm kind of slaying. I feel like I'm contributing to the world becoming a terrible place, and sometimes I can't sleep at night because of it. But I made $200 this month, so that's cool. So yeah, nursing home hell. Okay, so that was like some tea that people had sent me that got spilled, whatever. Now we have an update on the previous submissions. Trigger warning, men being awful. This is very long. It's like 9 slides. And I think this might be not the last thing we're doing tonight, but this is like the last slide thing. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream because I need to go to sleep tonight because I'm tired. Mr. Redacted, you're a tech genius, bro. The multiple profiles is where it's at. I'm living multiple lives. Get your bag, queen. Yeah, I got kicked out of the creator fund and I want to buy new furniture. So, big lame. I'm buying a Casper mattress. Actually, I need to get my boyfriend to come to work with me for that, because there's a Casper store near my work. So I want him to come pick me up from work and go lay on the mattress to see if he likes it. Bill Gates has nothing on you. You guys, I literally think I'm going to take over the world. Like, I'm not even joking. Trigger warning, men being awful would be a great shirt. Oh my god, another great shirt. Let me write that down. I want a new computer. I'm like really on 100 right now. My computer is so hot. So I don't want a new computer. Actually, that's not true. I need a computer that can handle streaming better so I can have multiple screens. I just need another screen. I don't need a new computer. I just need my computer to be able to handle this. You know? Okay, so let's get into this man being awful. I'm going to warn you guys, it's like literally terrible. Like, it is brutal out here. I debated putting it, like, I didn't want to make the title of the stream like wholesome teacher stories and then hit you all with this. But then I felt like if I was like an update on that girl, like that was like very much clickbait trauma, which felt worse. So, yeah. As you should, if you made a cult, I would join, no questions. If I had more money, I would make a cult. That's my problem. I don't have enough money. So this is what I'm thinking about doing. So I'm going to tell you guys my plans to start making more money because, like, so I've been working 40 hours a week. When I taught high school, I worked 32 hours a week. I did not stay late. I've been working 40 hours a week, like 8:30 to 5, for 5 months now. And I'm fine, but I will not be doing this for much longer. Like, I'm literally fine. I'm not miserable. I'm not burnt out, but this is not something I'm going to be doing for years. This is not a forever plan. Sorry, I was reading the chat. A cult in a rural Walmart. Exactly, we could live in it. But anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. It sucks. Miss Redacted World Takeover 2023. No, I think it's coming like 2030. But yeah. Oh, money. This is my plan to make more money because I just can't be working like this. I just cannot work 40 hours a week for the next 40 years. That's just really not a choice that I can make. So what I want to do is I really want to like be in my bag and focus like for the next like year or two. Like let's call it 2 years. I want to get promoted and I want to save a lot of money. That's also part of why I didn't move is I was like, I should be saving money to like fund my future instead of like spending it all on rent. But anyway, I'm going to save some money and then once I get high enough in my corporate career that I like have a little bit of clout, I'm going to be like, hey, pay me less money and I'm working part-time now. Thanks. And I'm just like getting it to a point where I'm really valuable. So they have to say yes because it's like, we'd rather have you 20 hours a week than 0. So I'm going to do that so that I can like afford to live while also being a teacher. But if I can't find a corporate job to do that, I'm going to save my monies so that I can quit working in corporations and that I can I either want to buy a bunch of vending machines or a laundromat, maybe both. And then I can be a teacher and that'll be my job, but I'll make money off like the laundromat and the vending machines so that I can still like get Uber Eats all the time, have my Peloton, buy a bunch of useless shit on Amazon, like do that kind of thing. I have an 8 to 5 internship and literally don't do anything, but I'm exhausted. I have no idea how people do it day after day, week after week. I know, that's what gets me is like, I also do stream and stuff, which is like a lot, but what gets me is people with kids. Are you guys okay? People that have kids and work full time? Okay, so let's get to this man being awful. So me opening this 8-part submission. Here we go. Someone remind me to take the class photo before we leave. Okay, so Men Deserve Less, Part 1. This is a continuation of my last submission. I submitted the story about a band teacher grooming me and putting me in a lot of uncomfortable situations. This submission will be a compilation of insane things this man has said to me. Hopefully we can all laugh at these and be grateful this man does not work in education anymore. When I said he sent a lot of texts and emails during my freshman year of college and the first half of my sophomore year, that was an understatement. This man would send paragraphs on paragraphs explaining why I was wrong for ignoring him, all the things he had done for me, and how much he cared about me. I will share some of the weirder ones and redact any identifying information. As a warning, he was obsessed with Christianity and the Bible, so a few of these will reference that. I wish I could prepare you better for how insane these messages are, but I will just start sharing them and let you find out for yourself. Sorry in advance, but you said it was okay to send you a novel, so here it goes. I love a novel. Always send me a novel. Also, Betty Crocker Homemaker, I'll be your housekeeper for free. Thank you. Love a housekeeper moment. Me realizing this is not just men trauma, but also religious trauma. Maybe this should be the class photo. Okay, I took your class photo. Oh no, religious trauma I might have to do. Oh God. It's understandable. It's like pretty Christian. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty Christian. Okay, let's get into it though. Sorry about the class photos. So, this one he sent at the beginning of my sophomore year when I was a little better at ignoring him and he was trying to convince me to be his friend again. Okay. Oh no, not uber Christian. I know it's rough, you guys. This story has everything. And also, this person said we can laugh at this. She said to laugh at this. So it's okay that we're laughing. Normally I'd be like, guys, don't laugh. But it's okay. She said we could laugh, so we're laughing. Jessica Say What? It really does have everything. Also, thank you Madison97 and Squishmallow Lover for the follows. Love that for us. Okay, so. I realized that I never submitted my Wholesome teacher story, so if I submit my story about the professor taking me to get Plan B right now, will you read it at the end? Yes, but can you put it in one message so I can copy it and paste it into my notes app so that I don't have to scroll back up and find it? Please help it. Please laugh. It helps my trauma. This was me, sadly. Not Katie80. Welcome. Glad we're here to process this together. Okay, so even though both you and I are frustrated and unhappy, it is imperative that you see how God used me to how God used you to change me. Check out Exodus chapter 3. I suggest using the New Living translation of the Bible. You're picking the translation, dog? Okay. You are to me what the burning bush was to Moses. You are an obvious and inexplicable gift of God and demonstration of his power. But most importantly, his love and willingness to intervene. The burning bush can't exist without God, neither could you. What the fuck? What the fuck? What does that even mean? Okay, I'm gonna fight through this and continue. I've been on this planet longer than you. Predator. What's the music where it's like the music from the crime show? What is it? I can't make this up. You really can't. This is insane. Been on this planet longer than you, and I've met so many people across 41 states and 3 countries. This is going to be really rich person of me. I'm so sorry for the sentence I'm about to say. I'm so sorry. It's so classist and so terrible. But you've only been to 3 fucking countries? I've been to 31 fucking countries, bitch. How are you going to be like, I've traveled the world, been to 3 countries? What are you talking about? Also, this light is like way too bright on me. You've been to 3 countries? The Law and Order theme. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Literally, my mom's new husband telling her to telling her God put him in her life to be his wife when she was out by him. Now they've been married since 2015. Jake the Snake, this is something we need to get into. He's just counting the ones where he exploited the local populations. Okay, aka missionaries. The 3 countries in question are probably Canada, Mexico, and the Bahamas. He went to Bimini. Okay. 31, I bet you hit a lot of Europe during study abroad. Yes. Is 31 right? I think it's more like 20-something, actually. I don't remember. But anyway. Okay. Where was I? I never thought someone like you existed. Gave up on that at least 10 years ago. Okay. Never really thought I would meet someone like you if you existed somewhere on the planet. And honestly, if it wasn't even something I considered or dreamed about, I would have a chance to help someone like you even if I met you. It's why I still wanted friendship, to be a friend to someone so incredible that in itself is a gift. God must really love both you and I to create someone like you and then do so much to bring us together as a team up as we did, to bring us together to team up as we did. Wait, what? You are literally the one thing that's helped me realize the depths of God's love like nothing else. That's why I don't even care how bad our relationship got. What relationship? What relationship? There wasn't a relationship, sir. I want to run him over with a steamroller. I just want to do whatever I could to be your friend and make your life better in any way. You could make it better by leaving. Forever. You could make it better by just quickly exiting stage left. And just keep going. Just keep on going. This is making me feel like that meme of Ben Affleck looking so over everything while he smokes on the balcony. There was no relationship, leave me alone. I hate men. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate men. We have a couple class photos to choose from. Okay, so there's way more to the text, but I won't make you read. You could have included the whole thing, I'm gonna be honest. BTW, that message was checked by mods. Yeah, it was me. I'm the moderator. I just do it myself. It's like not that much. But anyway, he then proceeded... It was way more than I'll make you read. You could have made us read it. He then proceeded to send me a picture of a tumbleweed that he found while driving and pretended it was a sign from God himself. What? What are you talking about, sir? That is a tumbleweed. I can send him to God right now. The tumbleweed. The tumbleweed. What is this? The Wild West? All talk in his face probably looks like the personification of the word thought. Oh my god. Not the tumbleweed. Okay. So he also once sent me a picture of a paper towel with his tears on it because they formed the shape of a heart. I'm not telling you to look for it. But if you know that you have the paper towel photo and you want to send it to me, I will show it on here. Because why? I bet he did it with Q-tips. I bet you $500 right now. I will bet anyone $500 that this man did that shit with Q-tips. That was not tears. He probably got himself to cry and then like, how does it just keep getting worse? Where'd my little squishy ball go? Literally, what the fuck? Where did my fidget toy go? I'm losing my mind. I need a toy to play with. Whatever. This will work. Also, tumbleweeds are so fucking funny. If you take them as a religious route to talk about them, that's just more of a creep. Girl, I have it. I'll email it. Thank you. Thank you. If you email it to me right now, I'll show it on my phone. Quarter Life Crisis said she's sorry she's absent. She just messaged me. The tears in the shape of a heart. Email it. I hope she has a restraining order. I also hope you have a restraining order. If you need a lawyer, let me know. I can get you one. If you constantly have to say and prove you're a good person, chances are you're not a good person. The tumbleweeds are so fucking funny. They really are so fucking funny. Okay, so the picture with the paper towel. He said, forgot to send the picture I was telling you about. I was amazed that my tears made that shape. It was like God was saying, it's all good, man. I got ya. Though I admit I've only shown this pic to 2 other people. What 2 other people did you show it to? What are you talking about? I've only shown this pic to 2 other people. That's not a low number of people to show a picture to. Especially something that's important to you. God's looking down on him. Like, damn, I never should have let him live. That's terrible. I wish I would have blocked his number sooner, but at this point I still felt a lot of guilt for getting myself into this situation in the first place and felt genuine remorse for making him feel this way. I know I was being manipulated. It seems so clear now, but it was so hard to see when I was actively going through it. Girl, when I look back on the things that were said to me and done to me when I was, like, down bad because of men, I was not living in reality. That man was controlling my reality. Like, I was not living in reality. Oh my god, you emailed it. Okay, let me pull it up on my phone. I don't want to pull up my email on here. That's where I draw the line. I forgot to put The Office. Why would those people approve the image? God, I sent out the tumbleweed to tell you to roll out of town, you dusty creep. I bet he showed his priest the picture. Everyone else was like, yeah, bro, send her the pic. It's loading. I almost, like, don't want to show you because I kind of want to be selfish and hold this in just for me. You guys, please tell me you're looking at this. Please tell me other people are seeing this. This is so... You guys are about to fucking die. You are gonna fucking die when I show you the second picture. Nothing I can possibly say or do will prepare you for what I'm about to show you. That is the tumbleweed in his car. This is a tumbleweed in his vehicle. Are you all seeing this? It's like not focusing the way I need it to be. In his car. The chat right now, why did you take it? What the fuck? You're coming home with me. This is so insane. Did the man literally pull over his car to the side of the road and chase the tumbleweed? It's giving shitty Christmas tree. I would do anything. I would do anything for footage of him putting the tumbleweed in the car. I would do anything for video footage of him chasing down the tumbleweed and then putting it in the car. I know we're ACAB, but someone call a police. Him. The mugshot. The people. I've never laughed this hard in my life. The people in the car behind him are like, honey, he's doing it again. This is not what God meant. Those things are spiky. He got splinters in his car for a pit. Jesus didn't die for this. He really thought she's gonna love this as he put it in the passenger seat. What did he do with it afterward? I can't breathe. He probably kept it. How did God mislead him in this way? Lord have mercy on this poor girl. Oh my god, Katie, I just want to check in. Oh, he prop kept it. Did it Orville back into the... Oh my god. Oh my god. I would have bet so much money that it's still in his bedroom to this day. Do you think this man sleeps with a tumbleweed every night? Imagine it's under his bed. He probably put it like in a planter on his front porch. It's giving that country song Take Your Time energy. He framed. Does he decorate it for Christmas? Oh my god. Girl, I have so many pics. Wait until my next submission. Katie, if you want to, just for like ease, if you want to send me an email so you can like put the pictures, because so I set up the Google form and I tried to make it add like so you could add files, but then even if you didn't want to add a file, you had to log into Gmail to fill out the form, and I'm not going to make people log in with their email. Like, that's just kind of sus to me. So email me a submission if you want to, and I'll put it in here if it's easier, or just whatever's easiest for you. He said, Jesus, take the wheel, and God said, best I can do is a tumbleweed. He keeps a few spikes from it on a necklace to keep with him. Oh my god, okay. Can't have too many people thinking I'm crazy. The 70 of us watching this right. Fuck a bouquet. Man said, here's a tumbleweed. He definitely listened to that answering machine country song and said, yes, this is how you manipulate them back. Oh my god. I wish I would have blocked his numbers sooner. Oh wait, sorry. I already read this part. No one got according to this man. I really, Katie, nothing could have prepared me for the tumbleweed picture. I thought it was going to be a second picture of the tears. I thought it was going to be the tears, a different picture, like a screenshot of the message with the tears. In no way, shape, or form was I emotionally or physically prepared to open that image of the tumbleweed in his front seat. And what kind of car is this? That's another question. Is it like a truck? It kind of looks like a big car. And honestly, is this even a tumbleweed? It kind of looks like a tree. He has a McDonald's cup in the front seat. I just have so many questions. Okay. Anyway, here is another text he sent a few months after I sent him my last text to him in the fall of my sophomore year. Y'all, this one's crazy. I have not read it in detail. I just skimmed it. The pick of tumbleweed is the plot twist we didn't know it needed. Ford Mustang. Oh my god, of course it's a Ford Mustang. I didn't even realize that was you at first, Katie. I thought someone was saying that as a joke, and then I saw your username. Okay, so his next insane message. Okay, you win. I want 2 things, and then I'll leave you alone. We're not even to the 2 things. The 2 things is on the next slide, just so y'all know. If you give me what I want, then I'll give you what you want. Before you begin thinking this is extremely selfish of me, understand that I endured 13 months thinking we could have a beneficial friendship, trying everything I could to make it work, only for you to not give me the chance and not tell me the truth. So A, what the fuck are you talking about? B, it's giving hostage negotiation. You are correct, Gab Page. Does he think this is Saw or something? It's like, sir, I can just block you. And let's remember, you didn't leave me alone when you asked for my help for college drumline auditions. Sir, I remember you offering, 1. 2, you were massaging my legs. That is not the acts of someone who wants to do the bare minimum and get the fuck out of here. As a teacher who often wanted to do the bare minimum and get the fuck out of here, I wouldn't even be helping. So you agreed to help, and you offered. Truly, what does he think he can give you? Exactly. In February, even though I was sick and headed to a teacher conference, or when you mentioned me not once but twice in your grad speech, or when you said yes to teaching at the school we were both at, we're both guilty for us having the interactions we did. He thinks friendship is about manipulating people into giving what you want. Yeah, this man is fucking insane. First, I would like you to pray every day for 3 weeks. Immediately no. Immediately no. I've seen what I needed to see. Immediately no. For 3 weeks can be when you wake up in the morning right before you go to bed or even in the middle of the day. Not you dictating my schedule. Talking to God about your greatest needs and desires. It doesn't matter if it's silent in your head, whispered, or out loud. And then because I know God will answer your prayers in great ways, please email me at the end of each week to let me know a couple ways in which God answered your prayers. After 3 weeks were done, 3 emails, then never again. I'll be content. He really said, you're going to give me more ammo to be further into your psychosis to further control you. As someone who prays, that's exceptionally nasty. That is crazy. Heaven's Gate was less crazy. Isn't prayer supposed to be, between you and God? Not you and God and Carl. What are we talking about right now? Things must do in order for me to leave you alone and not be a creepy manipulator. Exactly. Does he know he is no longer her teacher and can't give her any more homework assignments? That's why he only dates students, because he needs to be able to control them. Not you, God, and Carl. Exactly. Okay, so that was the first request. Not sure how that one's first one. Number 2, I would like to know how you came to decide there was no option but to erase me from your life. You decided that it wasn't even worth giving me the chance to be your friend. I certainly didn't cut up vegetables and steam them every day just to know you would erase me for your life, or go to concerts and restaurants thinking the end was near. So whatever reason, I want the truth of how that became the only choice you would allow. Vegetables, steam, concerts. I certainly didn't steam vegetables every day. Like, what does the vegetable part mean? You ask men to make you broccoli one time, and they will literally hang it over your head for the rest of your life. It's literally like, so, my psychotic ex-boyfriend that was so terrible to me, I don't even remember what it was. He did some little ass fucking thing for me when it was like $5 or something like that. And he would bring it up so often. He'd be like, well, I did that for you. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is steamed vegetables about? The vegetable part is literally giving me anxiety. What does it mean? Steamed veggies came out of left field. I'm assuming, like, when they were doing band or working together, that he was cooking for her. Like, that's what I'm assuming is the situation. Katie, feel free to correct us if we're wrong in this assumption. This is me reading those two requests, because, like, how did you think that that was reasonable? To say, like, these are my two requests. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? One, why do you think you can make requests? Two, those are the two most batshit crazy, intense requests you could ask. Again, I ask, how does it keep getting worse? It really just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. And just to discuss how it keeps getting worse, I'd like to return the tumbleweed. I'll just never get over it. How can one person hold that much crazy? I would like to point out that when he said I didn't leave him alone in asking for help my senior year, he was the one that offered to help me with the auditions, sent one email confirming a time after school for this. I had no idea he was sick and headed to a teacher conference, and why would I? He was a teacher I respected who offered his help, yet I was the enemy for taking up on his offer to help me. I always try to be a good person and considerate of others, so I took these words to heart when he sent this to me, and he knew this. Yeah, he did this to hurt your feelings. Men doing nice things for you just to use it to control you later. Haha. I hate men. Going to sleep tonight, greatly thinking about the tears and the tumbleweed. This might be the class photo. I'm sure you can hear the little snapping when I do it. Another text. There's more, you guys. I told you it was like 9 parts. Another text he sent to guilt trip me into talking to him again. You have no idea how cruel this all is. Almost as cruel as an adult figure you trusted violating your boundaries and affecting your mental health and your stability and the way you view yourself in relationships. Almost as cruel as that, Carl. The vegetables will give me nightmare tonight. Tea. I'm glad she at least has all this documented. Me too. Feel free to I hope this video finds him. Just kidding. I hope it doesn't. I hope you're safe and that this man is in prison. You have no idea how cruel this all is because you never want to ignore it like I was never in your life. At this point, I really wish I was never in your life because then I don't have the option to build a fence. Wait, what? Because I don't have the option to build a fence to ignore our past while I'm at the school district. But when the other high school band director no longer has his friend and former student teaching alongside him, and my nephews in the elementary school have a music teacher that isn't their uncle, that impact will be more obvious, I suppose. I dare you to treat someone else like you've treated me and see how they respond. 99% will just delete you and move on like you didn't matter. Yeah, because most people would recognize, like, we're done here. Never talk to you. Hold on. Where was I? Like, you didn't matter because most of today's world is too selfish to care about others like that. You know from our time together that I valued who you were, who you are, and who you're going to be. Yeah, I wish I could forget about you and never talk to you again and move on, but that would require me having no compassion or caring about you. What? I guess it's up to you and the choices you want to make. It's a shame you won't have a time machine to change things if you make choices later you don't like. Crowdfund Katie's lawyer fees for drawing up a restraining order. Literally, Katie, if you want a lawyer, email me and it will be done. Like, I hope you know that, and I'm being serious. What was it with men? Not all men don't come for me. No, it's most of them. Doing the most vile things and then saying the other person is cruel. Make it make sense. No, for real. I'm unwell. Okay, that's all for now. There's way more where that came from, but this is all I could relieve for the time being. Thank you again for taking the time to read. Writing these out has allowed me to process the situation more, and yours and chat comments about the situation help a lot and make me feel less alone. I hope that you feel better after this as well, and that we're not just reliving your trauma, but processing it. How does it keep getting worse? That was like just a wild ride from start to finish, and it just kept getting worse. It just kept getting worse. What did I miss in the first part of this story? It was from last week where basically one of the viewers, like their high school band director, just like really like groomed them and was like, oh, I'm going to help you with your career and your auditions, and was like super nice and overly like helping them a ton, and then like crossed a lot of boundaries and did some inappropriate things, and then was like, I want you to be my girlfriend, and then was like low-key stalking when the girl went to college, and then so she was just like sharing some more details about that. I'm processing it and we'll send another email. Someone needs to assassinate Mr. Tumbleweed. Okay, so education horror stories. Actually, I'll do this one first. Wholesome teacher. If you have a wholesome teacher you want to submit, this man is the antithesis of a wholesome teacher. Here, I'll do education horror stories. Education horror stories, and then spill the tea is just like random, like you just want to tell me something that you want me to share on here, kind of like a catch-all. But yeah, oh my god, let me put this back up here. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Presenter view, there we go. Okay, I'll leave that back up there. I'm sending my wholesome teacher story, but it's kind of long, so it'll be in 2 messages. Okay, I'm ready. Someone else had one. Was that you? Maybe that was you. I really hope I don't have COVID. It feels weird up here. I'm kind of worried. Okay. When I was in college, I hooked up with a guy who was the year below me. We'd gone to the same high school and had feelings for each other, but we're never officially in a relationship because I didn't want to go to college having a boyfriend. He also went to the same college as me, and we low-key became friends with benefits. Well, this one time we hooked up and had a really bad feeling afterwards. Okay, I'm ready for your part 2. The choir director at my friend's high school got caught. Okay. His dad always had really liked me and was one of my mentors, but I was really fucking scared that I was just impregnated by his son and he would hate me for it. In hindsight, this was super irrational because he was literally the kindest man ever and has told me multiple times he wants me to be his daughter-in-law, but I was panicking. I was also scared that the entire department would be mad at me for destroying their friend's future. Again, not rational at all. The next day, I was freaking out and super anxious. I couldn't focus in my classes at all. I had an amazing group of friends in college, but I felt like I really needed an actual adult to talk to at this point. I ended up going to the office of one of the female professors in our department and just walked in and said, I made a mistake, and collapsed on her couch. For some background, it was probably 3:30 p.m., aka the time when most professors want to be heading home for the day, and I never actually had this professor for a class, but I went to a very small college, so I kind of already knew her. Anyway, I told her about how I hooked up with the guy, gave no indication of who, and that I missed a pill and was freaking out. She kept reassuring me that choosing to have sex is not a mistake and that I was not a bad person for wanting to have sex. She literally whips out her laptop and starts doing research about the situation. She then anonymously calls the college nurse or someone of that nature and asks her what to do. She asked me if I wanted to take Plan B since I was still within 48 hours. 48 hours of having sex and I would be comfortable doing so. I had made it very clear that I did not want to be pregnant. I told her yes, and she asked me if I wanted her to go with me. I said yes again, and she asked me if I wanted her to drive or if I wanted to drive. I was in no state to drive, so she literally took time out of her evening to drive me to CVS and get Plan B. She also told me if the Plan B didn't work, that she would be there for me whatever I chose to do. Thankfully, the Plan B worked, and I was never pregnant. I am pet food. That's a great professor that she did that for you. Very lovely. Very nice. Miss Redacted 2024. I don't know about all of that. The choir director at my friend's high school got caught grooming girls like right after they graduated. Ugh. So what is it with the bands and the choir? Jenny is a queen. Jenny is a queen, honestly. This was a good stream. The chat was fucking on fire tonight. Roll call. Are you going to be here on Thursday? Who's coming on Thursday? God, I just opened my phone and it was the tumbleweed. Just before we go, the heart. I know a teacher, you're not supposed to help a student get an abortion or plan B, but like I would. So when I was in my like, not teacher training, but like the teacher, like orientation, they made us sign stuff about that saying like, I will not help a student access an abortion, blah, blah, blah. And this girl that I was like sitting with, I was like, I would. And she was like, yeah, I would too. I'm going to sign it, but I hope they know I will. And I was like, I see you. I see you. No one can stop me from missing Thursday's stream. I'll do my best. We'll see with work. Hi, Lena. Crozim, 17, me. Methadone Daddy, I'll try and pop in. I'm checking my work email right now. Isn't that disgusting? Oh, this is a cute idea. Someone's making koozies. Shout out to Nick for doing the right thing. I'll finally be done with the bar exam, hopefully forever, so I will be there Thursday. I'm so excited for you. I'm going to respond to this email. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Is held via Zoom. I just feel like it was kind of a dick move for me to send out this invitation without the address on it at 4:50 p.m. So I'm going to answer the people that are like, where the fuck are you? I've been here just listening and doing work. Always love when you're here. Okay, send. I love working. I love being a workaholic and working for my monies. We're answering emails at 9 p.m. Skirt, skirt. Sorry, Treasury. Sorry you're mad at me. I kind of fucked up. Okay, cool. That's everybody. Also, don't hook up with your professor's children. I'm literally watching this and walking to McDonald's. I had McDonald's for dinner. I had a 10-piece nugget. It was great. Okay, thank you all for being here. This was great. I'm kind of terrified that I have coronavirus because my throat hurts, but it's also because it's dry and I've been talking for 2 hours straight. But we're living, we're laughing, we're loving. I'll see you on Thursday. We're learning about the Equal Rights Amendment on Thursday. Please submit wholesome teacher stories. I loved doing that. I think it was a really good time. I would also really appreciate it if you shared the wholesome teacher stories link. I haven't been getting as many submissions recently. I think just because like all of you have submitted your things. So if you ever want to invite anyone to stream and share their story, that is awesome as well. And I'm going to be putting in some of my wholesome teacher stories from my education and then times that like I witnessed as a teacher and all of that. Okay, this was great. Good night. Love you. Sleep tight.